Today I'm going to be sharing some idioms and phrasal verbs for when you want to talk about knowledge and understanding. So let's get started. First phrasal verb I have for today is work out. When you work out something, it is you trying to find the answer to a problem or to solve something. So to work out is to find an answer. An example for using this could be a scenario like, I hear a sound in or around my house and I don't know where it's coming from. I might tell someone, after 10 minutes, I worked out the sound was coming from outside. So I finally found the answer to the problem that I was facing. The next one is dawn on. Now, just like dawn means the time of the day when the sun is rising or about to rise, dawn on has a similar meaning in the context of knowledge and understanding. So if something dawns on you, it means you suddenly realized or understood something. For example, if I am very busy one morning and I have lost track of time, it might suddenly dawn on me that I am late for work, meaning I have only just realized that I am late for work. So to dawn on is to suddenly realize. Next one is make sense. Now, if something makes sense, it means it is easy to understand or has a lot of logic behind it. Like it has a clear meaning. If something doesn't make sense, there is no clear meaning and it's not very easy to understand at all. A common example of using this could be when you are looking at instructions for building something or fixing something. You might come across a set of instructions that don't make sense. So maybe they are written in another language, or the spelling is bad and it is not easy to follow along. So to you, they may not make sense at all. We can also use this for when we are listening to somebody. If they are telling a story, maybe they are not telling it right or it is very complex. You might find it hard to make sense of what they are saying. Next phrasal verb is make out. Now, to make something out is to either hear or see something with difficulty. For example, if it is nighttime and I am walking outside and I see some shadowy figure in the distance, I might say to myself, I can't make out whether that is a human or a tree. It is far, it is dark. The shape looks like a person, but it could be a tree also. So I am having a hard time making out exactly what it is. In terms of sound, I might also hear a sound at nighttime, but I can't make out whether it's a bird or a cat making that sound, because again, it is far away. I can't see what's making the sound, so it's difficult for me to make out what the sound is, or to make out the source of that sound. Next one is catch, or catch that. So you might often hear people say, did you catch that? Or, sorry, I didn't catch that. It is simply to hear what is said. So if you're listening to somebody and as they are speaking, you either don't hear what something they said or you misunderstood something they said, you might say to them, sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't catch it. So it is to clearly hear what somebody is saying. If you catch something in a sentence, you understood. If you couldn't catch it, you don't understand. Crystal or crystal clear. Crystal clear means something is definitely understandable or it is understood. So if you are telling me something and I definitely understood what you said, I will say crystal. You could either say crystal by itself, clear by itself, or you could put them together and say crystal clear, which is much better. You could also ask the question, did I make myself clear? Now, this may have a little bit of an aggressive tone to it sometimes, so use caution in using this. But if you are asked if you understand something, it's perfectly okay to say, very clear or crystal clear. Next idiom regarding knowledge and learning is to learn the ropes. Learning the ropes means learning the basics of a certain skill, profession, or job. Usually when a person starts a job, they are learning the ropes in their first few weeks at that job. So they are learning all of the foundation and basic skills required to do that job. An example sentence for this could be, when I first started doing my job, I was learning the ropes for the first few weeks, and then I got much better at it. A similar way of saying this could be referring to the person who is teaching you the ropes. So a senior colleague of mine taught me the ropes. So I learned the ropes from him. Next idiom I have is as far as I know. Now when we say as far as I know, it means to the limits of our knowledge. We use it for things we are not too certain about. We don't know maybe too much about it, or we cannot be 100% certain about this fact, so we might say as far as I know. For example, as far as I know, aliens have never visited Earth. The reason I'm using this is because till now I have never seen evidence for aliens on Earth. But I cannot be 100% certain that they have never visited. So in this case, I would say as far as I know, aliens have never visited Earth. Last one I have for today is get it. To get something is to understand something. You might hear this very often actually. If somebody is explaining something to you, at the end of their speech, they might ask you, get it? It simply is asking, do you understand? If you understand, your reply can be, I get it, meaning I understand. If your reply is a negative and you don't understand, you would say something like, I don't get it, or I didn't get it. I hope you learned a few new phrasal verbs and idioms today, and see you next time.